10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to NXT Round Up 2.0. You know what time it is. It's time for us to lock it down. It is me, the dad bod god himself, the bald, the beard, the fucking beautiful Piers Austin, and I am joined once again by the one-ton sex machine himself, the Burger King, Glen Sexton, and I'm also joined by the best from the West Coast, the man himself, Karlifornia. What's going on, fellas?
Not much.
Cracking, bro. Sexton, what's up, bro?
Not much, bro. What's going on? I haven't seen you in a while.
Been a little while.
Been a
But
while.
Look, hey, we're both looking pretty fly. We're looking sexy.
Can't say much for Piers, but
hey, man. Hey, I'm amazing, bro. Come on. But before we go any further, guys, we got to take a quick second to say some thanks to some of our amazing sponsors. Glenn, why don't you take it away with the first one?
All right, healthvape.com. They have healthy vaping alternatives. They have Restore, Vital, Energy Boost. It's a definitely healthier alternative than cigarettes and other vaping alternatives. Go check them out at healthvape.com. We also have the code MWAPOD for a 10% discount.
And guys, while you're there, check out sleefs.com. That's SLEEFS, sleefs.com. They are your one-stop shop for all of your athletic wear. They've got armbands, compression pants, compression shorts, compression socks, headbands, dirty fucking boxes. Right? Dirty boxes. And you know what? Like, they sent me a box of these dirty boxes, and they're the most comfortable boxes that I own. They've got really cool designs on them. The selfies that I take and send your mum, she really enjoys seeing them. Oh, absolutely, bro. She loves seeing the elephant trunk rise. But anyway, check out sleeps.com. Use that promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase.
I'll say that's a small elephant trunk.
Were you trying to say something there, Glenn? You know, you got a problem with cigarette smoking, bro?
No. I don't really. I mean, live your life the best way you want to, bro.
No, I'm sure it is much more healthier. No, I'm sure.
Probably is. I don't know.
But guys, what do you guys think of NXT this week?
It was there. That's what I want to say.
Yeah,
there was a lot of things that made me question why the hell did we do this? Not the show, but what they did on NXT.
Dude, we were just talking before we went live, and there's a couple things in the show that I watched that I was just like, what the fuck? And I'm sure we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into that in a second, and we'll get into it as the show goes on. But the show opens up with Bron Breakker coming out as the champion. Puts over Ciampa. It was a decent enough promo from a guy who has been wrestling 11 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know what I mean? And being a champion in WWE. Fuck, I think his performance, and I think even as a promo, it's solid for someone who's so green into the business.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Bron Breakker's money, and he's gonna go on. He's gonna be like the next Randy Orton in my eyes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was happy to see him there. He looks good with the belt. I mean, when he was doing the promo, he said freaking. I almost thought he was going to go off the cuff and say fucking for a minute because he's a Steiner. So I was like, all right, this ought to be good. But no, damn good short promo. That's how it needs to be with him, I think. He doesn't have to drag it out, doesn't have to be theatrical. Just say what you got to say and just move on.
Yeah, I agree, bro. It's with Bron Breakker, it's kind of like it's in the blood. He didn't need to be taught how to talk. It's just come down from his father and his uncle. Nobody I'm more interested in wrestling right now, doing anything, cutting a promo, wrestling a match. Every time I see him do something, I'm excited to see what's going to happen because he's a Steiner and he's just so much like his uncle and his father. And although the verbiage was rather cookie cutter, it still comes across authentic because he feels authentic. He feels like a big deal. It feels like if you put him in there against the Young Bucks, he's winning a handicap match, no doubt about it. Like he's legitimate as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a good thing that they did is change his ring gear as well. Because that colorful thing just looked like a hand-me-down from Dad from 1980. You know what I mean? Like, and it's probably a good thing that they did, change his gear because it's like now it's like stepping away from being like so much like because that was kind of like his dad's style in the 90s, but like the black with the red writing, you know what I mean? Like very remiss of like Scott Steiner's gear, you know what I mean? That he used to have like the man on the back of the black tights. So, definitely see how he's paying homage to both father and uncle there. But look, man, I'm excited to see where Bron Breakker goes. I just hope he doesn't end up being the next Braun Strowman. I really hope that he does have the I can't even speak. The
trajectory.
There you go.
Of a Randy Orton. Does he have the talent and potential? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope they take their time with him, man. And when he finally is done with this whole NXT thing, when he comes to the main roster, I hope they take their time. So the story and the journey of him getting to that upper echelon is because he's so young. You don't want to blow your load too early on him when he does make the main roster, because then what else does he have to fucking accomplish if he wins the championship like how early Reigns did in his career or a Sheamus? You accomplish that so early in your career, it's kind of like, well, we need more story. We need to fill 15 years worth of story. Let's not blow our load too early.
But do you think that they kind of did that with putting the title on Strowman? Not Strowman, on Breakker, because they put the title. My apologies.
No, because it's the NXT title, so I think that's okay. But when it's main roster, I want to see a slow build. Then he wins the Intercontinental title. He keeps in that division for a while. You know how it used to be back in the day with Rocky Maivia, Stone Cold, Triple H. You had your levels. You had your levels to get to the top spot. So I just think it's important to,
I think what they need to do with titles is make them mean something again. They need to do something because, God, back when I was a kid, I used to look up the championship belts and stuff like that. Like, they meant something. Now it's like a participation award. It's like, well, okay, you get a belt. Okay, cool, everybody gets a belt. But I'm with California. Like, I hope they slow build them. I hope they don't push him into the main event or force him, because that would just be ridiculous. That's what they did with Roman. And they actually had to pull back and be like, all right, well, this ain't working with Roman. Now look at Roman. He's actually a good heel, a decent heel. Everybody likes him, which they're not supposed to, but it is what it is. So hopefully they're able to like do a slow build with Breakker and everything. And with NXT, I mean, they're trying to rebrand it anyways. So you need a bit of a fresh face to be that champion for the brand, and you can't really do that with Ciampa. Even though I love Ciampa to death, but Bron Breakker, I think, is a safe bet for it right now.
I mean, I would have thought putting the title on LA Knight would have probably been a smart option. Someone who's experienced, someone who's been a headliner elsewhere, someone who could go into that role and also be fresh enough in the company, but also still be a veteran to sort of get, you know what I mean? Like to help build some of these guys up. I think that would have been a good choice. But look, they've gone with Breaker, and, you know, let's see where he goes from it, man. It's only going to have to be a sit and watch and see what he makes of this opportunity. But as he's leaving, Santos Escobar comes out and he has a stare off. And Glenn, bro, I've put Escobar over for fucking months.
Oh, you and me put them both over.
Bro, like this guy is money, bro. Like the Legado del Fantasma faction, money, bro. You see them wrestle, it's money. They can do the high flying shit, but they don't do it all the time. And when they do it, it fucking means something. But Santos Escobar versus Zion Quinn, when he came out and did the stare off with Breaker, like the worst fucking thing in the world that Breaker did is sitting there looking at him and laughing at him as he walks off. Because now you've just taken a talent who has been, you know, a cruiserweight champion, someone that they're trying to portray as this fucking cartel leader badass. And now you've just had your champion look at him and go, fucking kid, and keep walking. That's a fucking stupid move, because all that did is just fucking bury him right there when he's going out to have a match against Zion Quinn. So technically you're burying Zion Quinn, because who went over in that match? Escobar, right? Mm-hmm. So now Braun Breaker would look at a Zion Quinn technically and go, well, you couldn't even beat this motherfucker. So basically the champion just buried two guys that were about to have a match before the match even started.
I mean, hey, I don't know. Like, I'd love to see Escobar and Breaker go at it. I'd love to see what would happen there. I think Escobar would do good with him. Like, I love Escobar, love Fantasma, great group, want the shirts. Electra Lopez, can't say nothing bad about that woman. Love her to death. But don't shake your head. She's amazing.
No, I'm shaking my head like, yeah, damn. Like,
oh yeah, but I was like, but no, I mean, yeah, it kind of was a burial, but I don't know, just kind of see what happens. You know, gotta sit and watch.
Like, bro, I get he's gonna be this confident, you know, whatever, but like, to me, it was just a wrong way to go about it, bro, to be honest, because it just, like I said, to me, it was like just him looking at him, you fucking kid, and walking off like that. You know, what do you think, California?
When I looked at it, I didn't see it that way, but like, I don't know. Like I saw it as more like, I thought he was like, he kind of laughed a little bit, but I kind of, I don't know. I thought he was kind of saying, you know, this guy's all right. I thought he was like having a laugh because he thought like he was kind of giving him props a little bit. That's just in my mind. I mean, I could be completely wrong. He might have been told to laugh him off, but I don't know. I thought he was just like, yeah, all right, bro.
Piers just goes for the worst case scenario right away. He's burying him.
It's not, but like, you look at it, and that's the way that I perceived it. And, you know, professional wrestling is subjective. Like, what that segment and what that moment meant to me meant something different to California. It means you saw something in it that I didn't see, and I saw something you didn't see. And that's what wrestling is about.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see them two hook it up at some point. I think Escobar's trajectory is heading that direction.
But the match between Santos Escobar and Zion Quinn, bro, like Zion Quinn now, like they're acknowledging his, you know, his rugby league background. You know, the match itself seemed, you know, okay. The crowd didn't seem into it at all at the start. Like, I was watching that match and it just was like, and then, you know, like looking at it, what else I have? You know, another love her or leave her match, because that's basically what it was. And we saw that how long ago with Johnny Gargano and Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis and that whole thing. Like, bro, that was like what, less than 6 months ago?
Yeah. It was. Yeah. Why did we even have the match? Especially the way it ended. Like, seriously. Like, I didn't see it coming, but once I saw it, I was like, you've got to be shitting me. Why did we even put time into this? If this was going to happen.
Did you not see her doing that coming, though?
No, I didn't see it coming. I was like, at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. This is just a throwaway feud for me. Like, I'm just like, it's there. That's cool. And then they're like, oh, cool, we're gonna have this match. And then she just low blows, and I'm like, that just kind of ruins the whole damn storyline right there. Like, what? That makes no sense. Like, why did we do it?
Look, you listen to the commentary on that. It's like, oh, loyalty over everything. So they're making Legado del Fantasma, that loyal family, like nothing will come between them, which is a good way of doing it. But to me, I would have much rather seen, instead of like the winner gets Elektra Lopez, is have like, okay, if Zion Quinn gets beat, he has to join Legado and be their enforcer. And then like, she costs it, and you can have that sort of tension between her and Quinn until it builds up, and then you can have like end up having like a huge blow off match with Escobar down the line. I think that they could have done, I think there's a much more bigger storyline that they could have done there with that. And like, what are they going to do with the two guys anyway? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, for me, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, Piers, when we did the show together. You could have stretched this out so much longer. The heel turn happening now, I felt like, was the incorrect timing. I think the idea of Zion being forced to join the group would be interesting, and then the tag team in the group start liking Zion's ideas more than Santos, so you can see all these different power plays. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, all the different shifts in power in the group. And then eventually Santos has to get these guys back on board with him and finally get Zion out of there. And you could have really told that story for months. You could have done something with it. And Zion being reluctant to be in the group, but at the same time, his woman is there. So she's calming him down anytime that there's a disagreement or whatever. But the only other notes I had from this was I just props to Zion's resting fuck you face. I when he's in the middle of the match, I do think that he's got the look when he's pounding on Santos. I popped for Wade Barrett, just constantly arguing with Vic Joseph on commentary during this match. Every time Vic said one thing, Wade immediately on the other side of the coin, just immediately disagreeing with him. I think if it wasn't for Taz, he's probably the best color guy going in wrestling right now, from my perspective. But yeah, I just think the story could have been stretched out longer, and we could have had more peaks and valleys. And I just thought right at the end there was very artificial how they just stood there posing after the match, while Zion is hurting in the ring. Just typical kind of WWE style. Mm-hmm. The four of them standing side by side.
I will say this: it was pretty funny when after she low blowed Zion, he just looks up at her like, "Huh?" I'm like,
"Yeah,
dude, what are you doing? You just got hit in the nuts." Like, wait a minute, what'd you do that for? And I'm like,
exactly.
You just got hit in the nuts, bud. Like, what are you doing?
Like, he didn't even grab his balls. He just kind of grabbed his chest and stomach, and
I mean, it wasn't even that hard of a kick. It didn't even look like it would go up to his chest, but okay, bud. I was just like,
maybe it went up his ass and he was screaming like Nia Jax, my hole.
Yeah, he's like, I can't make an ass of myself this time. She just got let go. Like, I don't want to be down that river too.
Exactly, man. Then we saw the Mandy Rose promo photo shoot. I'm gonna let you guys tell me what you thought about this, and then I'll say what I thought after.
If you want to go right ahead, California, you can go right ahead. I'll go after you.
Well, I mean, I don't know what she said the whole time. Too busy focused on a few things going on there, but yeah, you know, they're really building her up and pushing her. I popped mostly for once the segment ended. Wade Barrett to Vic Joseph said, "You are not man enough for a bikini-clad Mandy Rose." I just thought that was
that was the line for me too. What do you think, Glenn?
I mean, it was all right. Like, I don't know. It feels like she's kind of shying away towards like Toxic Attraction a little bit. Like, it's more the spotlight's on her and not the rest of the girls. You know, it's kind of weird, but I get it. She's the NXT Women's Champion. She, like, got a spotlight her and everything like that. But I'm just like, okay, we get it. You're fucking hot. Like fucking stop already. Like, you don't need to fucking do a photo shoot or be in a bikini every time we see you. Like, come on now.
I don't have a problem with that, really.
I don't have a problem with it either, but at the same time, I'm like, come on now.
But like, it's been like, I don't know how many weeks now. Gigi and JC have not been on the show in
Yeah.
person.
And
Why?
I love Gigi. I don't know why they haven't been on.
Who knows, man? Like,
Fucking
it's,
sucks.
you know, that Mandy promo and the photo shoot, bro. Like, when she first came to NXT, I was like, all right, cool. This is like a different type of Mandy Rose we're seeing. And as the weeks went on, I kept saying she's taken it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
This was an over-rehearsed, over-produced promo. And that's what we're starting to see from her. And it's like it's almost like she's gone from being an absolute just shocking the world to now being like, now I'm just going to be like the rest of them and read what's on the fucking piece of paper. And that's what it's been told to do. I don't know if she had her earlier promo scripted or what they did, and now they've sort of gone down that, but I felt this was so heavily scripted, so heavily fucking rehearsed and redone and redone and redone that it sounded so just like it wasn't really a person talking. It was just someone like, yeah, take a photo on my good side, boys. Who am I kidding? All my sides are good sides. Like,
yeah,
okay,
inauthentic to what a real person would talk like.
Yeah,
exactly. But again, man, like I just think they need to take it back to the way that she was doing things when she first got to NXT and stop overproducing her and letting her have a little bit of freedom and reins to do that, because I think that we've seen that she can cut a promo, she can go in the ring, kind of. But she's not bad, but she's not like, at the level of, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real there. Like, she's good, but she's not a great in-ring performer.
Right.
She should go back to being doing the bad bitch thing and not go back to this whole, beauty thing. Like, we get that. We get it. That wasn't the most interesting part of the current NXT character. The most interesting part was her being the bad bitch with Toxic Attraction. We don't need to go back to what she was doing before, like when she was on the main roster, where it's the same old fucking shit a million other ladies have done in the past.
Agree. Then we saw Cameron Grimes versus I got Kent. I didn't get his last name, but Kent something. But squash match. Cameron Grimes. He's now coming for gold. They're going full babyface with him, which I think they were doing that with the Ted DiBiase thing. They were going that babyface route.
What? He can talk today. You can tell he does this professionally.
Hey, it's 1 a.m. Fuck you. But, like, realistically, man, like, the match was okay. There was nothing special about it. I just think Cameron Grimes needs to be projected a little bit further up the card. Like, you did the whole, like, hair versus hair match, the fucking thing with Ted DiBiase. He can go in the ring. He can cut a promo. You know what I mean? Like, he's one guy they need to start investing in and start putting time in, because I think they've got a solid performer with him. Yeah, will he be a top champion, a world champion? I probably don't see that, but I think he's probably going to be a really good upper mid carder and even a main eventer. But being the top guy, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it was. It was an okay match. Kent, I guess that was his name. I can't remember his name either. Got some good offense in. Hell, Evans came out. I think he was eyeballing him for a little bit. I know it wasn't eyeballing Grimes. So he might have another signee for the Diamond Mine coming up. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. See what happens there. But, I mean, it was there. It was cool. I mean, we'll talk about what happens later on NXT. But, I could see Grimes being mid-card champ, very solid. He definitely has good matches under him. But as main event, I don't really see it. Like, he's good at mid card. Main event, not so much. I mean, I would love to see him main event, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, it was Damon Kemp was the name.
Him.
I just
Him.
googled it. I just googled
Him.
it. Yeah, so it was a nice, quick, foregone conclusion. The highlight of the match for me was Wade Barrett killing me by telling Vic Joseph that nobody cares about his nephew.
Fuck it. I love Wade. He's awesome.
Emotional damage. That's just
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
He's ruthless, man. But we see a Joe Gacy and Harlan promo, which I love this whole gimmick, man. I think it's cool. It's getting creepier and creepier, especially his eyes, like in the eyebrows and stuff that he's doing. I think that's really cool. And Harlan just looks like a scary motherfucker, bro. Like he looks like a guy who just escaped from a mental asylum, who's been on meth for like 6 days straight, and just jacked to the fucking gills. But interesting enough promo and going into the Dusty Cup and how they're interacting. Just stop making fun of me, you assholes.
I'm not.
Right. We're not. No, I'm just wanted to say that your speech is on a very bad trajectory right now.
And I definitely can't wait. I definitely can't wait for the Dusty Club.
Dickheads. But they showed a promo video of Von Wagner beating the absolute living shit out of Andre Chase and one of his Chase U students, and even a quote unquote member of the audience.
Oh yeah, member of the audience.
Yeah, exactly right. So Von Wagner was suspended and heavily fined. All I've got for that is GTFOH.
The fuck out of here. There we go.
Yeah, there you go, Glenn.
I'm trying to help you out. You're abbreviating. You're having hard trouble with words.
I'm having me have trouble speaking the English today.
This podcast will be under abbreviations from now on by Piers, and I'll have to translate it somehow.
Yeah, exactly. But we go into a match with Malik Blade and Idris Enofi versus Gacy and Harland in the Dusty Cup. Thank you very much.
But okay.
A Dusty Classic. Well, I don't know. Fuck, man. Come on. It's 1 a.m. in the morning, bro. Give me some fucking slack here, right? You know what, man? I got to say this. Idris Enofi, man, I really like him, eh? Like, I think he's a hell of a talent. Really good in ring. I enjoy his style. I kind of get a Dolph Ziggler vibe from him.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why that. Like, I just get that vibe from him. But what do you guys think of this match? I'll hand it over to California, then you have a go, Glenn, and I'll close it up on the match.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll shut the fuck up.
It's good to see Malik doing something other than just the foregone conclusion job of stuff. So nice to see them to be put together. I didn't really have any other notes other than I fucking hate the stoppage stuff. I thought that it was a stoppage like it was a few weeks ago when he was beating the shit out of Andre Chase, but the stoppage this time was because he wasn't listening to the 5 count. Okay, I guess if you want Blade and Enofi to go forward into the tournament, then you don't want them to actually beat them. But I just thought it was I get it. They're trying to get over the fact that Harland is not going to play by the rules or whatever, and he's this animal. But I didn't really care for the finish. It wasn't anything exciting for me. So
yeah, I mean, they're just trying to build up Harlan, and I get it. I'd build him up too. Exciting to see that those two got not Harlan, but the other two, Malik and the other, I forgot his name already, but they got a win finally. What was that, Piers?
Idris Enofi.
Oh, Enofi, my bad. Sorry, I pulled a Piers. Totally forgot. Anyways, but it's nice to see that they finally got a win, even though it was under DQ, which sucks. Honestly, I want to see what they're going to do in the Dusty Classic and see what happens. So that was kind of funny because they were trying to build up Gacy and Harlan for the Classic, and now it's like, yeah, that's not fucking happening. You're not going in. So now it's like, well, okay then. So yeah, but hey, I mean, it was there. That's out in the world to see. So yeah, Pierce, what do you think about it? What did you think about it?
Well, I think not putting him in the Dusty Classic is probably a smart thing because
Yeah.
you put him in there. You don't want to bury Gacy. You don't want to bury Harland if one of them has to take a loss. Are they ready to go on? And is Harland probably ready to be in that spot to be, a tag team champion or put into, what I mean? I think it's more of a way to protect both Gacy and Harland by not having him in that tournament.
Right. And I get that because I kind of see Gacy kind of doing his own thing with singles and Harlan just being there to be the enforcer for him.
Yeah.
I mean, the tag team would be awesome to see, but it's like, not really, because let's face it, it's not Shawn Michaels and Diesel. It's just Gacy and a monster.
100%, man. There he is.
Sorry, I had to go to the toilet quickly.
That's all right, man.
That was quick. That was fast. Like ran. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm on it. Let's go."
As soon as my lips touch a beer, that's it. I just need to go to the toilet immediately. So.
Oh man! But Pete Dunne and Tony D'Angelo in a.
Oh my god!
I can't. This is fucking dumb. This is a crowbar on a pole match. Please take it away, gentlemen.
Okay, so it is stupid. I just want to say that pole matches. Sorry, Russo. I know I love you, but Jesus, they make no sense half the time. Like, okay, so the crowbar was the only thing that you're able to use. You use anything else, you're disqualified. What the that makes no sense to me. It doesn't. I mean, crowbar legal, ladder, chairs, tables not. We can count out, but you can hit somebody anyway with the crowbar. It makes no sense to me. And then the crowbar got deattached. And I was like, oh, don't tell me it's going to fall. Because if it falls, I'm just going to lose my shit. And I'm like, well, all right. let's go for a rush on the crowbar then. Screw it. But I didn't really like it. It wasn't that great of a match. I mean, it was kind of cool how they were avoiding shots from the crowbar and everything like that. But other than that, it's like, you could have just had a technical match with them, and it would have been better than a pole match.
Yeah, it's funny because I was talking to California before we went live about this, and I saw it stupid the fact that the referee is getting involved to pull a chair off of between the two of them. It's a fucking crowbar on a fucking pole match. I'd much rather get hit by a chair than a fucking crowbar.
And here's the thing: they went to commercial break, and they didn't do picture to picture this. You would think they would do picture to picture with this, but they didn't. And so I was like, all right, cool, commercial break. Come back from commercial, you see tables, chairs, and ladders coming out of the ring, and the Vic was like, the ref had to explain to him if you use something else, I will disqualify you. And I'm like, that makes no sense because we're using a fucking crowbar. But okay, all right, whatever. Stipulations are weird, dude. It just and the count out, the count. I'm like, really? We need to do this? Come on.
Dude, I actually felt like this was the worst match I've seen Pete Dunne in, and I didn't think it was possible for him to have a bad match, but this match was not good.
No. California, what do you got to say about it?
I liked how creative they were being with both attempting to hit each other with the crowbar and the way that they were using it. I think this would have been better if it was Devon Storm up there instead of that crowbar. I think a different crowbar
Glad he made
entertaining,
that
but
joke. I'm glad he made that joke. I had it in my head too. I was like, I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it. But
That's gonna be next month. That's gonna be Devon Storm on a pole match on a forklift match.
oh god,
I kind of expect this to be Pete's exit from NXT. I think it's time for him maybe to be put into the main roster. But other than that, yeah, I like the creativity of what they were doing with it. I did like the finish of how he whacked him with the crowbar. I don't think Pete Dunne got into the wrestling business to get being a crowbar on a pole match. So I'm not sure he would have been too stoked about it. But I'd like to see Tony get some Guidos backing him up, some guys in jumpsuits. I think that would be cool.
that's pretty bad.
I probably could have done without it. It wasn't like didn't blow my socks off, that's for sure.
There was also one part where it was dangling, and Pete saw it. He looked at Tony. He's like, at first I was like, don't be saying like, I'm gonna get it. Don't think I won't get it. And then Tony just rushed him, and I'm like, God, nope. Pole matches should be outlawed.
Let me ask you this about Pete Dunne. Like last year before, we've seen quite a few releases.
Mm-hmm.
Would he be one of the people you could see getting released in the next round?
Pretty much, since they'll like release anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't they just re-sign him?
They just signed him. They just signed him to a contract, but I wouldn't be surprised if they'd be like, "Well, see you later, Pete. Go join Regal." You're like, fuck you, bud.
Oh man. But look, I thought as I said, that match was just ridiculous. I think Pete Dunne has had some amazing matches. Tony D'Angelo. When I first saw the gimmick, I was like, oh god, this is going to be cringe. But like, he's actually going out there and putting on some pretty fucking good matches. Like, except for this one. This one not so good.
Yeah, not
I
so
like
good.
him. I like him.
I love Tony too. I think he's awesome.
Hey T, how you fucking doing, Tone? Huh?
I'm doing Tony.
Hey, get the gabagool, huh?
Where's the fucking brajol, huh?
Forget about it.
Hey, where'd you get that shit from, huh? Then we saw Grayson Waller doing a promo, talking about doing like creating Grayson Waller moments. Dude, this I'm going to be biased because you know what I mean. Like, he's from the promotion that I'm somewhat affiliated with. He's money, dude. This guy is a star, and it's just hands down. Me, you, and Mega have talked, and the guys have talked to Glenn, where Mega thinks that this is kind of like a little bit of a burial for Waller going up against AJ Styles, where I'm like, how could this be a burial? He's going in and going to have a match with probably one of the best performers in the last 15 years. And you're going to, dude, this is a massive opportunity. And you look at it like, this is where it's like, could be a test where it's like, let's see how you can hang with someone like that. But it's also a thing where it's like AJ Styles could be there to help, like, say, okay, no worries, let me have a match with this whatever, or one of these guys from NXT, see where they're at, and also give that advice to someone. Because having being a young wrestler in NXT and then getting to have a match with AJ Styles, you would learn a fuck ton in that 10-15 minute match that you have that would go on to and help you in your career, hands down. But this match tonight, that I just watched was pretty good, but we'll get into that. What do you guys think of the Waller promo?
Okay, I'll go first. But it was a good promo. Like I said, he's pretty hot right now. He's a damn good heel. I mean, full of himself. People hate him, even though sometimes, recorded sounds from the WWE. But anyway, nonetheless. But no, I mean, I could see him being a big star in WWE, NXT, wherever they want to put him. And this, I didn't see this as a burial. I didn't think it was going to be a burial, but definitely a test to see where he's at, see where he can hang and everything like that.
Yeah.
And Pierce is right. I mean, it's AJ fucking Styles. Good Christ. I mean, AJ probably walked into the performance center. He's like, "That's right, I'm fucking AJ Styles, bitch." He's like, "None of you coaches right now have what I got." And if I was a coach there, I'd be like, "You're damn right. Okay, cool. All right. You want a shirt? You want a trainer's jacket? Because I'm done. I'm retired. You can take over now." But no, I just think, yeah, just to be in the ring with AJ and learn from him is a great opportunity for anybody. And I envy fucking Waller, because if I was Waller, I'd be fucking a sponge right now. I'd want to absorb any kind of information that AJ had in the ring.
Yeah, if you're going to test someone, who better to put him in the ring with? If you want to see where he's at, who better to put him in the ring with to find out where he's at? AJ Styles. There you go. It's like back in the day on SmackDown when a very young Bobby Lashley was put in there for several weeks against Finlay.
Yeah.
Dude learned a shitload. I'm guaranteeing it, just from just being in there and just working with him. So it's the same kind of scenario. Put him in there with someone on that level. He's not only going to improve tenfold, but he's going to show everyone what he's capable of, and he did so. And we will get to that at some point.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But the next match was Wendy Chu and Persia Pirotta and Indy
California already buried
versus
like
Mari Miller, Carter, and Catanzaro. Man, I hate that fucking tag team of Carter and Catanzaro. Like, they're just too goofy for me, man. I don't get it. But like how they came out with Miller and they're all dancing, and it's like, okay. And then you've got someone who's asleep on the ring that she gets in and she starts like kicking ass and she turns into Festus.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. This doesn't.
That's exactly what I was thinking of when she was asleep on the ring apron. That was exactly what I was thinking. I bet when she goes in there, she's a house of fire and she's fucking incredible. But this is what I hated most on the show. And you know what? I'm just going to keep going. I knew when she made her entrance, I was like, Wendy Chu is already something that's going to annoy me. And the opposing tag team, the dancing and the smiling on the entrance, mate, you're about to be in a fight where someone punches you in the face. Enough of that shit. I did pop a little bit for again Wade Barrett. Bit out of your league, lad. But yeah, just her being come on, man. Come on, this is a serious situation. You're in a fight right there. This is ridiculous. It was so insulting to watch it. She's very good, but is there nothing else you can think of for her? She's out there in fucking slippers and a onesie with her body pillow there. I just think it's fucking hell. She's a wrestler. She's a professional wrestler. She's not there to fucking sleep. What's wrong with her? I think she's got a bit of narcolepsy. Yeah, thanks, Wade, for helping us out there with the story. But that's if she go see a doctor. Don't be a professional wrestler in NXT. And the finish was okay, but I just wrote whatever. Is there nothing else you could have given us on the show? Please.
The funny thing is about Wendy Chu, the gimmick she had before that was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she, being the handler of Boa and being, what was it, Mi Yin?
Yeah, Mi Yin.
And then, like, having the face paint. And then even when she's in the ring, like, dude, she looked fucking scary as fuck. And then you take that gimmick and you put her into Sleepy Time. Like,
whose idea was this?
It's WWE, bro. Come on. that's like my answer for everything when a WWE does something stupid.
It has to be Bruce Pritchard or something like that.
Like, I bet you. Here's what I thought about the whole Wendy Chu thing. Like, I don't like it. I think the behind the scenes kind of stuff with the promos and stuff, cool. Like, hell, there was even a part she was in the crowd when Wade and Vic were talking, and I missed it. But there she was sleeping with a fucking pillow in the crowd. I'm like, okay, whatever. But it kind of reminded me kind of like a drunken master kind of fucking gimmick, you know? And I was just like, you gotta be fucking shitting me. This is how we're gonna do this now? And yeah, it's just I didn't like it. The match was stupid, and fuck it, it was dumb.
Dude, I thought Persia and Indy did really well. I thought the match itself was decent enough. Ending, but the Wendy Chu thing to me, man, it's just like I'm not buying it, and it's I don't know what it's probably going to be targeted at for kids, so then they can sell like pillows and fucking like the whatever they call them, the hoodie onesie shit, and fucking have WWE's logo on the back and Wendy Chu. Like, you wait and see 6 months, bro. That's going to be like the hottest selling fucking item.
Just please, for the love of God, do not put the NXT Women's Championship on her. Don't.
Man, like, what is going on with Indy Hartwell? They keep giving her shit stuff to be involved with. That whole shit beforehand. Sorry to bring up old stuff, but when Dexter Lumis had his hand broken or whatever, and she's all sad during her matches with her little boo-hoo face, it did nothing but a disservice to her. Like, it's a broken hand. Oh, he's left the hospital. Okay, it's a broken hand. Like, it's not like he's a maniac on the loose or something, and we don't know what's happened to him and if everything's okay. He's got a broken hand. Why is she, do they just keep putting her in stupid shit, I think.
I think they're building towards a feud between her and Persia Pirotta. I think that's definitely on the cards. I think that best friends, the whole gimmick, and I believe they're actually very close friends in shoot real life. But I think that the feud between the two would be pretty fucking good. I reckon if you bring like Persia in, and then Indy finds out Persia's having an affair with fucking Dexter Lumis, you know what I mean? Like, that would be like almost like Attitude Era type shit right there. But I doubt they would go down that road.
No.
I'm all in if they do.
Yeah. All elite, baby. What's next?
He done forgot what show we were covering.
What do we have next? I've got MSK backstage segment.
Oh, fuck.
They had a
bro.
Did we miss the Imperium vignette yet, or did that not come up yet?
I didn't see any vignette.
What? I did.
It did happen at some point.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah, a little vignette of them.
Yeah. I felt bad for the guy that they beat up. It was pretty funny. Watson's just chopping the shit out of him. I'm like, oh God, this guy's gonna die just for this vignette.
Oh man, I miss it. I want to go back and watch it just for that.
God, dude, it's pretty rough. I'm like, oh God, dude, I am so sorry. Like, pay him extra.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think of Kaylee Ray destroying a fucking photo shoot scene where
really fucking rare?
But the thing was, like, the photo shoot was in a swimming pool. Like, what sort of green screen do they fucking have there, man?
They had a second vignette with her inside the studio there doing a second photo shoot. I just thought the whole time, is she going to get in trouble for fucking up WWE property? Like, this isn't Mandy's shit. This is the company's stuff. She should get, if what's his name? Fucking Wayne Bloom's son. Why can't I remember his name? If he's getting in trouble for beating up fucking crowd members, then she should get in trouble for destroying property. It's absurd.
Probably some old shit that Vince had laying around. Like, all right, you can destroy this shit, but nothing else. Like, there, take that. That's why he went to the PC so many times. He's like, what's all this old shit here? Okay, we'll have that for somebody to beat the fuck out of.
But Von Wagner, yeah, you said he.
That's it.
You know what? They whose son is he? Did you say?
Wayne Bloom.
Wayne Bloom.
Wayne Bloom. He was a tag team partner with Mike Enos in WCW, and before that, they were a team before WCW. But
yeah. Totally.
is that going over everyone's heads?
I'm still stuck on the college.
Sorry, yeah. Wayne Bloom and Mike Enos were the Beverly Brothers in the WWF.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Fuck! How did I forget that? Damn it!
I just Googled it, and then as soon as I saw him, I was like, "Fuck you."
Because I remember that meme too. Because they were saying that one, and then the first one was Kali and Edge. It's like, I was like, that's fucked up, dude. Because it does look like their kid.
Oh, dude. But yeah, man, like then we had Solo Sikoa versus Boa. And you see,
God.
That is a rough one to watch. And I love Boa. That's fucked.
Yeah, I like them both, but fuck.
I do too, but it's just rough.
Boa to me just seems to move very like robotic when he's wrestling, and it doesn't. I don't know. Like I don't really enjoy watching him work, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fuck me then. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. For some odd reason, I like Boa, and I like him when he does the makeup and everything. Like we saw him come out with the makeup during the brawl they did. Like he just pops up with it, and I'm like, oh, cool. Love that tape segment, bud. Because like I was like, all right, there it is. Because he didn't have it for the match. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be like a Finn Balor kind of thing. Okay, cool.
But one thing I find interesting, like Solo Sikoa, they're calling him like a street fighter from the islands.
Yeah,
bro, he looks like he's dressed up like Sagat from Street Fighter.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like, why not have him come out in like just looking like a straight out like gangster? You know what I mean? Like, just have him come out like in a black like singlet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I just think that it kind of doesn't match what they're sort of going for.
I mean, hell, they might be listening right now and be like, good shit, Piers has got some good ideas. First the riddle thing, now a fucking singlet for Sikoa. Like, we need to pay this man.
Hey, man, I won't say no, but like, I don't know, dude. Like, I just think that they could, I don't know, like, it just change a little bit about his character, make it a bit more grittier, make it a bit more dirtier and stuff like that. Almost Nick Gage it a little bit, but not like full like deathmatch MDK all fucking day type of shit. But just, you want him to be like this guy that's from the streets, then make him look like he's from the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all it'll take is a beanie and some
jeans and shoes.
Yeah. Like when Rikishi turned heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that.
Definitely.
But
fucking double count out, bro. I get it. It's possible that can happen from time to time, but
it happen a lot more often than anything, though. Double count out, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Then we saw the AJ Styles promo where he's just putting everybody over.
Yep. Definitely tell he's going babyface again, which that's cool. I like babyface Styles. Heel Styles is good too, but whatever.
It sucks though, because now I know for sure that it's not going to be Edge versus AJ at Mania. Great. How much longer do we have to wait for that shit?
I want to see that so bad.
Man, that's what everyone said the first time he fucking Edge came back. They're like, oh, Edge and Styles, and they're just gonna fucking make us wait.
Yeah. No. You guys deserve Edge and Miz. That's what you guys deserve. Get that. Like, no, we don't. We don't want that. Jesus.
I know. We'll give you Edge and Orton for the 50th time.
No, we want something new.
Oh, exactly, man. But dude, then it was the main event of the evening: Grayson Waller versus AJ Styles. Boys, what'd you think?
I'm sorry, bro. You've skipped something.
Oh, he's good.
Clearly, a very important part of the show.
Oh,
23 minutes were left in the show, and all of a sudden, Mello and Trick rock up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Not really an important part of the show at all.
I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. I watched the same show you did. What are you talking about? Important.
I just think it's funny people show up this close to the end of the show. Like,
yeah.
What have they been doing?
yeah.
Waiting in the back.
I like the fact that they rock up in a Bentley, and I'm like, there's no way these motherfuckers in NXT affording the Bentleys.
Fuck that. You know damn well they rented that car and they gave it back when they were done.
It's probably Vince's. He's like, where's my car, pal?
Like, here, Mello, don't crash into anything. Give the car keys to the guy out back.
Yeah, after they
Yeah.
rocked up, they went backstage and Boa blew that fucking fireball in Sikoa's face.
Yeah, the fireball, yeah. And then
Yeah.
then they had the promo with Mello and Trick.
Mm-hmm. Trick said
Yeah.
big booty women.
Yep, big bitty woman, A champion. I never miss. Same old, same old. You just love to hear it.
It's the
Rinse
same
it.
shit, bro.
Rinse and
Felt like-
repeat.
Yeah, it felt like a bit of a waste of time, really.
It was.
Yeah.
Like you could have
It's-
put more time into the AJ Styles match, you know? Like
Yeah.
you could have had that, but no. We got to put some more time on the champion.
That's why I was trying to skip over that bullshit. Anyway, Grayson Waller versus AJ Styles for the main event of the evening. Boys, what'd you think?
Well, there you go, Glenn.
It was a decent match. I mean, I didn't see any bad parts. I mean, I didn't really, kind of pop that much for it. I mean, it was a great showing for Waller. You could tell it was a test. I didn't think Waller was going to get the win. I thought for a split second that he was going to get it, and I was like, "You got to be shitting me! They're actually going to do this?" And they didn't. I'm like, "All right, cool." But I was kind of surprised. What?
I was going to say, like, the way that the match was, like, I think that there wasn't really, it wasn't a burial of Waller at all.
No.
And I think that the match itself, he came off looking like $1 million.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. I thought it was a good match. Waller is a rising star in WWE. There is like no doubt about it that he's going to go on to great things in WWE. I really believe that. And I think this match with AJ Styles was a really good showing of his skills and his talent, and even his promo skills as well are on a level much more than anyone else that we're seeing in NXT in reality. But I thought the match overall was good. I think that the build up at the end with LA Knight coming back out and getting a huge fucking pop, and I think LA Knight, when they even had him as heel, I think he just, man, the gimmick that he has just is so cool that you want to cheer him. And I think that gimmick is a really good for a babyface run. And I think he has to go on. As I said at the beginning of this show, LA Knight would have been the guy I would have picked to put the championship on, just because I know that he's a guy that's proven and can be reliable. That's just my thought.
Yeah, no, it was an amazing match. It really was.
I agree with Robbo.
I keep thinking, what would have happened if Waller did win?
I would have been shocked to shit. I'm like, holy hell, he did it! Wow. Fuck. Okay.
I kind of feel like I would have had him go over somehow. Don't know. I just think, I know AJ suffered a pretty big loss recently to Omos or whatever. But I don't know. I guess they're putting AJ on there to help with the ratings and get eyeballs on the product to see these new characters, this new NXT. And yeah, maybe it does make more sense for AJ to win, but I just think it might have been a nice surprise to see Waller win and then maybe show up on Raw boasting about it. And
give him more heat and something to brag about. Like, oh, I took out Johnny Gargano and then I took out AJ Styles. Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I agree with York here. Like, I think it definitely will come later. But, wrestling, the whole thing is paying your dues and earning your spot. And he's been in NXT for just under a year. So for him, it's like, it's he's making that progression, and he's progressing very, very quickly, more quickly than anyone else. And I think that if you have the talent and the capability of performing at a level with an AJ Styles, then you get those opportunities. And I think that they see the talent, and the people that I know that have trained with Waller have all said that this guy is a absolute workhorse. Like, this guy trains more than anyone else. He puts in more work than anyone else and wanted it more than anyone else. And you see that in his performances. Like, you can see that in, when he comes out. When I saw him at a PWA show, the first reaction I said was, this guy is fucking money. Like, he is just money. But, I think it was a great opportunity for him and AJ Styles. I think WWE should probably look at sending more stars like an AJ Styles down to NXT for things like this. And you don't need to do it every single month, but maybe like 4 times a year, every 3 months, bring in like an AJ Styles to have a match with someone. Bring in someone like a Seth Rollins to have a match with someone. Bring in someone like a Kevin Owens. Fuck, even a Roman Reigns, or have like a Brock Lesnar come in and have a standoff with Bron Breakker and be like, you know what I mean? Like, take a seat, kid. That to me would be a better thing, because then you bring in these like tested veterans that have been around, that have been there and done that. They can have these matches or be around some of these younger NXT talent and help them come up and give them that information. Because you speak to any old school wrestling veteran, bro, and it's like they get their education back in the day by sitting in the car, driving with a veteran, making towns, going to shows, carrying bags, doing stuff like that. And what I'm told is that like that's not the case where it is anymore over there in WWE. You don't have like veterans that are sort of like driving people around and stuff like that, like how Scott Hall did for like X-Pac and some of the younger guys, and Kevin Nash did in TNA and WCW. And that's where we're probably like seeing more of a disconnect in it at that level with performers, because they're the education that these guys used to get, they ain't getting now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That would be an idea to like get some of these veterans to just go on the road. Just everything's paid for. They get in the car with these guys and they go from town to town, and just the journey, the drive there, and they can pick apart everything that they did on the show with them. Like a Ron Simmons or whatever.
Yeah.
You put him in a car with Odyssey Jones on the road. That's going to be nothing but help for him.
But guys, look, that has been NXT Roundup for the week. I hope he gets a small feud with AJ. I think he definitely will. I think that they will continue it, but I think that they're probably going to go for a feud with him and LA Knight for now. But I don't think it's going to be long before we see Waller up in the main roster. But guys, that's NXT Roundup for the week. What do you guys got planned for the rest of the evening/day?
Glenn, you got a longer journey ahead of you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you two are probably going to go to sleep. I'm going to probably do some clips. I'm going to be going to work out later tonight, and that's about it. Yeah, my arms are still killing me, Piers.
Well, yeah, I'm about to crash out because it's 1:45 in the morning, and I got to be up at 6:30 for work. So, what about you, man? What do you got planned for the rest of the night, California?
I got in an hour and 16 minutes. Former member of the No Limit Soldiers from WCW, Swole, who was, I believe, cousins with Master P. So I'm going to finally uncover some of the stories of that group in WCW on the Insider's Edge podcast. Probably come out in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, pretty pumped for that. But that's the end, and that's at midnight. So as usual.
The joys, man. Make sure you go check out the Insider's Edge podcast. Make sure you check out MWA Podcast Network. Hit that subscribe, like, share. Also, check out our 2 sponsors, healthvape.com and sleeps.com. Use promo code MWAPOD to get a 10% discount on your final purchase with both. But, guys, it has been an absolute pleasure sitting here, chewing the fat, shooting the shit, talking NXT with 2 of my best buds in the wrestling media world. Glenn, the 1-ton sex machine Burger King Sexton, and the best on the West Coast, the man himself, Karlifornia. But guys, I am the dad bod god, the bald, the beard, and the beautiful Piers Austin. And we're going to catch you again very, very soon. Until then, take care, God bless, and good night.